Okay, YouTube, so I went ahead and found the right size bolts that go in this case. So we're going to go ahead and tighten that down a little bit here. I'm not going to tighten it down too much, just a little bit, just to hold everything snug while I flip this over and tighten down all the bolts from the other side. Okay. So I think that'll keep everything in check here. Those two will, for sure. Okay. So move this over here. Put it on the side, just like that. Some silicone on me because I caked that bad boy on there. Alright. Go like that. Not too bad. Okay. And start to proceed on pounding down the case bolts. Okay, YouTube, so we're back. So this is our oil pump right there. I think you guys can see it. I made sure it's nice and clean, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some ATV oil in there just to prime it, just in case. Just all of this might just come out right now, but it's okay. It's good to have some oil in there. I mean, I'll prime the motor many times before I even turn it on, but just in case, it's good to have some oil in there. Alright, so that's that. Now, what happens here inside the case, I don't know if you can see it all that good or not, but these two oil seals have to go in here, and it's nice and clean in there. So those two oil seals go, just like that, in there, before the pump. Okay. I probably couldn't see it, but I think it's okay. Here's the new gasket that came with the kit. I'm gonna make sure that this area that the oil pump sits in has plenty of oil. It's nice and lubed up, so it'll go in there easily. The gasket goes as such, like that. Well, I think we put it on the pump, maybe. Yeah, just like that, I believe. So we'll put it on the pump. It's a new gasket that came with our crankshaft. Let's kind of get it on there. It's really tight. I don't want to rip it. Okay. Like so. It's in there now. All the holes line up. So that's good. And now I'm going to put this pump in. It's nice and freely. I believe that's how it goes. Right this way. Nice and easy. I'll tap it in a little bit. A mallet. Nothing too hard. That's lined up perfectly. Alright, that's the old one. Don't need that. Here is some Allen bolts that will hold it in place. And then, actually this goes on like that. That's a little shield. Goes on, so let me go ahead and put that on. Let me go get my Allen. Then we can proceeding to putting on the gear pump gear. Apparently there's a wrong and a right side here because that way is rubbing. This way it's not. So we want to make sure that I guess the writing is facing up. Okay, return it. It's nice and free. Now we gotta put in this clip. We'll need one of these guys. Make sure that's on there. Easy. There's manual. It says this part of, see, that right there is the shifter fork, and it says must be pointing towards that bolt. That little groove, that little, I guess that's neutral or whatever it may be. It's wanting to point to here, which I don't know if you guys can see all that well. That right there. Okay. So now we can move on. Baggy here. All the shifter components. Right here, I tape because once you open it, it wants to expand and go all over the place. Apparently. Okay. This part goes first, and then this notch lines up. Apparently, just like so. Nice. And that needs some Loctite, it says. So I'll blow this off. Put some red Loctite on there. Okay, some Loctite. Not on that end. And it said for that one in the owner's manual, 30 Newton meters or 22 foot-pounds. 22 foot-pounds. And I wonder if this is going to want to spin. Let's see. Perfect. Easy. Done deal. I'll torque it down now. Okay. Alright. Sure. That seems to be moving now. And last time it wasn't. Okay. So that's good. And I put a rag down this time because I didn't want that to fall into the depths of the engine. So this guy will go here, like so. Sure, our washers are. And then, okay. Oh, that's probably. And I put the, you gotta make sure that this is facing up like that, so it has a indentation for the shifter. Okay. Now we gotta put in this spring here, which is this guy right here, and then we'll check everything, make sure everything's alright. So I would imagine that's how this goes. Alright, so here we go. So we got this thing in neutral now. We're gonna shift 1 down. That's our first gear. Then we're gonna go to second gear. Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Alright, now coming back down. Fourth gear, third gear, second gear, neutral, and first. I know it seems a little weird, but I even checked reverse. It all works, so we're all good there. It took a little bit of time to understand it, but it's one of those things you gotta triple check before you proceed, because if you don't get this right, then you gotta start all over again, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so we're first gonna put on the balance shaft and the gears and all that nice stuff. So I have all this safety wired up so I don't forget the order. And actually there's some woodruff keys that need to go here in place. This big long one goes right here. PG. Okay. And we're gonna cut this bad boy open. Alright. So gear number 1 goes as such. Okay. Gear number 1. I think it's more like that, but let me just. So I do believe these both are identical, but I guess we'll find out if they're not. Let's go with the spin on this. This dimple lines up with this dimple here. And then we take this guy. And these are the dimples that I'm talking about, if you guys can see, right there. So that's that. Kind of get in there. that's all well lined up, so let's spin it. Hey, nothing's hitting one another. Means we're good. Let's spin it here. We're at top dead center on our crank, and everything lines up again. We'll spin it again. Perfect. Perfect. So we'll proceed on tightening down these bolts here. So this big one is for this big one, obviously. I would say that probably goes in like that, right? That goes in like that. I'm sure we'll tighten it down a little bit here. Okay. Moving on. This one's already kind of bent up, so that's great. I don't think there's a top and a bottom to this, so it's fine. I think from here on out it's all pretty smooth sailing. That shifter, you know, you gotta make sure it's on right. You gotta make sure that shifter is all on there nice and tight and nice and right, or else it's gonna be in a world of pain when you gotta put it all back together. So that's that. Okay. Now, so we're gonna go ahead and start torquing these down. So these gotta be 60. This one's gotta be 110. I took one copper penny I had to wedge it through the gears here before I start cranking it down to make sure everything's nice and tight. The penny's getting crushed. Let's see. Let's have this back away. Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, look at our penny. Nice. Where's our penny number 2? Okay. Just wedging this penny in there. Oh, and by the way, this is a number 27 for these guys. For the other one, it's a thing. Let's see, a 36. Perfect. So that's all good. Like a charm. Perfect. Okay, so next part is this part and the cover there. Both of them need to be Loctited on there. Millimeter bolts. And the bottom one has 2. Make sure to put on this right, or else you can have some problems. Just like that. Okay. That's number 8. Spin that and make sure nothing's hitting one another. And I'm gonna put some more Loctite here just in case. never have too much loctite on these things. Okay, it goes like that. And one of these bolts kind of stripped when I took them out, so the head was on. This guy here. This is going to be a number 4 Allen